Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing another installment in my interracial dating series. I've made a couple regarding this topic, and if you're interested in watching any more videos I will link them down below, but let's go ahead and get into this one. So in today's video we are going to be talking about children. The children that are products of interracial or biracial marriages or dating or relationships. One of the things that a lot of people call into question, I guess, when we're talking about, the life of the child and if we're going to do what's best. A lot of women, specifically women of color, say, that they'd be willing to date outside of their race, but when it comes to marriage or actually having children with someone, they would prefer to have a child that has same race parents. Mainly because of that child's experience, What about the kid? How are they going to identify? When they look in the mirror, what are they going to see? What if they grow up hating one part of themselves? Or what if they grow up, confused or whatever? And I can see that. I've heard a lot of stories, and I know firsthand how difficult it can be to find your place in the world. That's just something that we all go through, one of those awkward growing pains, but it's even harder when you don't really identify with you can't put yourself in a box, like you can't check just one box, literally. And I think about this topic a lot because, as you all know, I am open to dating outside of my race, and not even more so, but I am open to dating and marrying and having children with someone who is not of my race, particular culture, or background. I think that would be awesome for a child. Because they're exposed to so many different things. I think that if you surround yourself with the same type of people, there's just no growth, There's no exposure, there's no learning, there's nothing. I just feel like people who are not exposed to different things just are less interesting people, to be quite frank. But I think about how I'm going to raise my children, and when that conversation does come up, mommy, what am I? Am I black? Am I white? Or am I black and Hispanic or whatever? You're both. You are both. You have my blood running through your veins and your father's blood running through your veins, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to teach my child everything that there is to learn about me, my culture, and my side, as well as his father's. I think that is only fair. But I know that a lot of parents get stuck in that whole, are we going to teach him to be black? Or are we going to teach him to be white? Or, whatever. And I think that you should do both. I strongly believe that. And I've even talked to my sister, about, if she raises her children, auntie is going to say, you know what, sweetie, you're both. Okay, you're both. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that makes you even more special and unique, that, you're not like everybody else. You got all kind of stuff going on. You better embrace that. You better work it. But to all the people who put their nose down at, breeding or having children of different races, or like having like mutt children, I've heard that term before, or, half breed. I hate that term so much. It's not an animal. This is a child. This is a human life. Do not call her or him a half breed. That's not okay. That word gets underneath my skin. I hate it so much. It's so derogatory, and it just kind of just paints a broad stroke over everything. Like, you're special. You have so many different things going on inside of you. I just think that is amazing. So I don't worry about my children as far as how they will identify. I'm more so worried about how the world will look at them. But it starts at home. If you teach your child that they are beautiful and to embrace themselves, both sides, all sides, then they will go out into the world with that mentality. And, not to say that they won't get looks, or they won't be able to, or they won't, be able to fit in. It's just crazy. I definitely feel like that's something that we don't have to worry about as much as we did like 50 years ago, because there's a lot more race mixing. And there's a lot of people that are biracial, and some people have 2, 3, 4, 5 different races going on inside of them. And I think that's just marvelous. I think that's wonderful. I think, like I said in my interracial dating video, the very first one, I think that's how we break down the barriers, is we do come together and, you know, share ourselves and bits and pieces of our culture with one another. And if something magical happens, then so be it. You know, I think it's just amazing. So no, I don't worry about my children, my future children. I don't worry about them at all. I'm gonna love them no matter what shade they are, no matter who they are or what they are. I'm going to love them. And I think that it starts at home. I think that if you teach your children to love themselves and who they are and know where they come from, I think that they just are better people for it. You know, it's not as easy to break down that wall, you know, if it starts at home. So I kind of rambled a little bit, but I hope that I got the gist of my point out there. So yeah, if you guys agree with anything that I said, go ahead and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you don't feel comfortable with that, hit me up. All of my social media links are in the description box, as they are always. Go ahead and like this video, share it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, stay tuned. What?